Hello everybody and welcome back to B Pharmawise. In this video we are going to talk about the nomenclature for alkyl groups. Now basically what are alkyl groups? See, when we talk about hydrocarbons, the first and simplest hydrocarbons which we can think of are alkanes. So if you consider this alkane, it is made up of only carbon and hydrogen, so it is a basic hydrocarbon with no multiple bonds, so it is an alkane molecule. So we are talking about alkanes. And then what is an alkyl group? If you replace one of the hydrogens from alkane and if you open that link for substitution, means alkane is a parent hydrocarbon, but if I cut down or if I remove one hydrogen from here and if I open this link and then it becomes a substituent, then it is referred as an alkyl group. So alkyl groups are basically substituents. They can be straight chain, they can be branched chain, but basically they are made by removing one of the hydrogens from the parent alkane. So obviously their name will also be derived from the parent alkane. How? We will replace ANE from alkane by YL. So if you are deriving your alkyl group from parent propane, right? We started from this one, CH3, CH2, CH3. This is nothing but propane, 3 carbon wala hydrocarbon alkane. So if I remove one of the hydrogen from here and if I make it a substituent, then I will replace ANE from this by YL. So the group become propyl group. So this is how the alkyl groups are named. Now, the simpler alkyl groups, straight chain as well as branch chain, they are given some trivial or common names. So first we will discuss what are the common names for that, and for complex alkyl groups we have to go with the IUPAC nomenclature system. So in this video we are going to discuss everything about the nomenclature of alkyl group and also how you are going to write that name of alkyl group in the entire name of that particular compound. So keep watching. So let's start from the basic or simplest hydrocarbon, which is our methane. Okay, CH4 is nothing but methane. So when we replace one of the hydrogens from methane, the link will open for substitution. This will look like that, and then we will replace ANE by YL, so the name becomes methyl group. So this is the very basic kind of alkyl group, methyl group, right? Then let's talk about CH3, which is nothing but ethane. And if you open the link for substitution, means if you remove one of the hydrogens from this carbon and open the bond, then it will become ethyl group, right? What I have done, I have replaced ANE from ethane by YL, so it becomes ethyl group. Now coming to propane, CH3, CH2, CH3. This is our parent alkane, which is propane. Now if I remove the hydrogen from terminal carbon, terminal means last carbon. So if I remove hydrogen from here, then what I will get? CH3, CH2, CH2 and bond. That is link for substitution. So in that case it will be called as propyl. But now look carefully, I am going to give you another example of the same 3 carbon alkane. Okay, this is again our 3 carbon alkane propane. If I don't remove the hydrogen from terminal carbon, instead I remove the hydrogen from this middle carbon, then what I will get? I will get something like this, CH3, CH3. Now this is also derived from propane, so it is propyl. This is also derived from propane, so this is propyl, but they are not the same. So we have to give some distinction in their nomenclature. So as per the common system, this particular alkyl group is called as isopropyl group. Okay, this is called as isopropyl group. Alkyl group is called as isopropyl group. This group in particular, it can also be called as N-propyl group. N means normal chain or straight chain, and iso means there will be branching in the chain. Okay, now let's talk about 4 carbon hydrocarbon, which is butane. So for butane, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is our plain butane molecule, and if I remove terminal hydrogen from this, then what I will get? CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and bond open for substitution. So this will be called as butyl, and as it is a straight chain alkyl group, I will call it as N-butyl group. Okay, now the second possibility is I don't remove the hydrogen from terminal, but I remove it from middle carbons. Then in that case, what you will get is like this: CH3, CH2, say CH dash, CH3. Now this is something for which we have to give the names. But before that, I am going to give you another example. We will come to the name of that compound. Wait. Now see here. This is another possible structure for butane. Okay. Here the butane is in the form of branched chain, and it is referred as isobutane. This is a parent alkane, isobutane. So for isobutane, if I remove the terminal hydrogen, then what I will get? I will get a structure like this: CH, CH3, CH2 bond. Now look at both these structures. Okay, so you may be tempted to name this particular alkyl group as isobutane, butyl, but it is not. When isobutane, from isobutane, you remove the terminal hydrogen, then you get isobutyl group. This will be isobutyl group. Okay, but when you are removing hydrogen from non-terminal carbons from butane and butane, then you are not getting isobutyl, but this is referred as secondary butyl. Now why secondary butyl? Because look at the carbon which is open for substitution. See, this carbon is attached to two other carbon atoms, and we know that when a carbon is attached to two other carbon atoms, it is referred as a secondary carbon, and this is from butane. So obviously alkyl group will be called as butyl. So secondary butyl will be the more appropriate name for this one. Now coming to this structure, if from isobutane you don't remove the hydrogen from terminal carbon, but from this carbon, which is a middle one or non-terminal one, then what you will get? You will get something like this: CH3, C. Here the substitution will be CH3, CH3. Now here also you cannot name this as isobutyl because you have already given this name here. When terminal hydrogen was removed from isobutane, we called it isobutyl. But here what we will do, now look at it, it is again a butyl alkyl group because it contains 4 carbon atoms, but the carbon where the substitution is attached to 3 other carbon atoms. So technically it is a tertiary carbon atoms, and so we will name it as tertiary butyl. So from a 4 carbon hydrocarbon which is butane, there are multiple alkyl groups possible. I will revise it one more time. If this is the butane, and if you remove the hydrogen from terminal carbon atom, then you will get N-butyl group, which is a straight chain alkyl group. If you remove non-terminal hydrogen from this same structure, then what you will get? You will get a secondary butyl group like this. Here you can see. Okay, like this. Then we have isobutane here. And from isobutane, if you remove hydrogen from terminal carbon, you will get isobutyl group, right? This is referred as isobutyl. And if you remove non-terminal hydrogen from isobutane, then you will get a tertiary butyl group. So these are some of the alkyl groups whose common names are actually accepted under IUPAC nomenclature. But if you go beyond this, and suppose I am asking you to solve something like this: CH3, CH2, CH3, this alkyl group. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a derivative of pentane, and if I ask you the common name for this, we don't have it. So we have to go for the IUPAC nomenclature for such complicated alkyl groups. So now we will discuss how to name these kind of complicated alkyl groups. So look here, suppose I am having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the substitution is open here. Okay, I will write the hydrogen CH3, CH2, CH3, CH3. Okay, this is the alkyl group which I want to name. Now for this there is no common name available, so I have to go with the IUPAC nomenclature. Now what I will do, I will figure out from where the substitution is opened. So this carbon is very important, where the substitution is getting. Okay, so this carbon I will consider as number 1, and then I will figure out the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms starting from this carbon. So if I have to give numbering in this case, then I will consider this as 1, and then I can figure out that this can be the longest continuous chain. So this will be carbon 1, this will be carbon 2, and this will be carbon 3. So it is a 3 carbon chain where on carbon number 1 there are 2 substitutions of methyl groups. There are 2 methyl substitutions. So if I want to name this particular alkyl group, it will be a propyl group because it is derived from propane, 3 carbon wala compound. So propyl is going to be my suffix in this case. And then there are substituents. See, on first carbon there are 2 methyl. So as per the rule we have to allocate 2 locants because there are 2 substituents, and for 2 we obviously write di, and there are 2 methyl groups. So I will write 1,1 dimethyl propyl. So for this particular alkyl group, this is going to be the name. Okay, now let's discuss, let's take one more example so that it is clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6. Okay, if this is the alkyl group, okay, and here the substitution is open, right? So 1 CH2 CH CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3. Now if you have to give the IUPAC name for this, you will consider this carbon as number 1, and then you will figure out the longest continuous chain, which can be this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 carbon parent chain on which second locant, at second locant there is methyl substitution. So the name for this is going to be 2-methyl pentyl. Okay, the name for this is going to be 2-methyl pentyl. I hope you are understanding. What we have to do is we have to figure out the carbon from where the substitution is starting, and we will consider that carbon as number 1. We will give or figure out the longest continuous chain starting from that carbon, and then we will figure out the substituents and we will mention them as prefixes. Now let's discuss if these kind of complicated substituents are present in a compound, how we are going to name that particular compound. So let me take an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe this one, and here there is a substitution 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Let's do it like this. Okay, now suppose this is the substitution. First we will figure out the longest continuous chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is not going to work, so I have to increase one more carbon. Now it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I will consider this as my longest continuous chain of parent hydrocarbon, and this I am going to refer as my substituent. Can you visualize it? The most basic step in nomenclature has to be visualization, how the parent chain is arranged and how the substitution is arranged. Now when you visualize a substitution, just look at this bond. This bond will be like a hanger, and to that hanger the substituent group will be hanged. So obviously this carbon is going to be your main carbon of interest. So this carbon I will number as number 1. Now starting from that carbon, I have to find out the longest continuous chain. So in this case, we cannot come here, we have to go there, 1, 2 and 3. So this can be the longest continuous chain in this case, 3 carbon wala chain. And on first carbon there are 2 methyl substituents. If you don't understand, you just put the hydrogen, so it becomes easier for you to understand. So here you can see there are 2 methyl groups on first carbon, and this substituent is hung on the parent chain at this carbon. So we have to first assign the locant. Now you know the rule, we have to assign the lowest possible number to the substitution, and for that we cannot go from left hand side, because then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is the locant. If we come from right hand side, 1 2 3 4 is the locant. So we will come from right hand side. Now I am going to tell you how we are going to write the name of this substituent in the name of entire molecule. So basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this is a 10 carbon parent. So it is going to be decan. Decan is going to be my parent hydrocarbon. Now on decan there is substitution at 4th carbon. So my locant is going to be 4. Now at 4th position, this is my alkyl group. Now what is the name of my alkyl group? It is 1,1-dimethyl-propyl, and it is present at 4th carbon on the parent chain. So what I will do, I will put that name in the bracket, and inside bracket I will write the name of alkyl group 1,1-dimethyl 1,2,3 propyl, and then I will finish the bracket and followed by decan. So 4,1,1-dimethyl propyl decan is going to be the name, IUPAC name for this compound. So whenever there are numbers mentioned in the nomenclature of alkyl groups, you have to keep that name of alkyl group inside a bracket, and then you put it at the appropriate place in your name of the compound. So I hope you have understood it. We have talked about straight chain alkyl groups, we have talked about branch chain alkyl groups, common names which are accepted under IUPAC, and some complicated branched alkyl groups. And I hope it is helpful. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any of the videos from my channel. Stay tuned for more. Keep watching. Bye.